Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video to the channel. So in this video, we're going to go over a few skilling items Jagex released with the 120 Thieving update, which they didn't put in the news post. So there's going to be 4 items which we're going to look into, which can be received from pickpocketing, stalls, and chests, which are mostly tradable. One of them is untradeable, but the others are tradable. So it's going to be a way to elevate that GP per hour, and especially stalls and pickpocketing, it's going to increase the GP you can get from them as well. So just before we get started, there's one thing I wanted to announce as well, is that for whatever reason, the Grim Harvest promo is back in the game, and that's bringing back in the Soul Halloween Mask and some of the other rares as well. We'll look really quickly at the promo prizes, so the Soul Dyed Halloween Mask, the Yellow Halloween Mask for Soul Dye, and Soul Pumpkin Mask and Bloodthirsty Overwalk. That's not too important. The important thing I wanted to mention with this promo coming back is that oddments and the oddments store is back. Now, with Treasure Hunter being removed in January, it's very likely this will be the last chance for you to use your oddments. So if you do have a stack, like I do, make sure to use them, make sure you get the most value from them. You can get cosmetics, you can get stars, you can get lamps, really whatever you want to use, as long as you use those before the end of this promo. It's only here for about 2 days, so I just wanted to make sure before this video got started, which we did look into that. So in this video, what I'm going to go and do is show you guys these brand new skilling items which have been dropped with the 120 Thieving update. Now, there's some where I'm going to show it on the wiki as well, because we can look at some drop rates. The wiki has updated quite quickly, to be fair, and had the drop rates for all the new pickpockets, some of the stalls as well, so we can have a look and see which ones are best. However, we're going to run through these brand new skilling items first. Now, if you look into your tool belt, you'll be able to see that in your crafting section, there is something called a double ammo mold. So this is basically going to make 8 cannonballs in one go. Now, whether you're going to need 1 steel bar or I imagine 2 steel bars, I need to find out. This is going to be something which I'm going to go and hunt progressively after this video, and then we'll do a video to see if it's going to work with Mauritania legs and how cannonball crafting is going to be per hour from it. But a brand new double cannonball mold is now released in the game. This is released from Dwarven chests, and Dwarven chests isn't that high of a level. We'll have a look at the wiki afterwards, but it really isn't that high. So it's going to be a very decent thing to go and chase. It is untradeable as far as I'm aware, so that is the one item out of the ones I'm going to show you guys, which is untradeable. But it's definitely something worthwhile hunting, especially with the level requirements. Could be an incredible mid-level moneymaker if you have the Mauritania legs. So the other items which are tradable. So this is going to be from the Firewatch stalls. I believe it's from the Magic stall and also the consumers as well, the pickpockets. But we have something called the Ring of Vitur. Now, this is a really interesting ring because you'll see in the video later on, I moan that when you go in pickpocket Firewatch and also do the stalls, you can't wear the Thieving outfit. You have to wear the Draken's outfit because it just saves them being aggressive. But what this ring does, it prevents aggression from Firewatch and also gives you a 5% Hunter and Thieving chance of success. Not only is it tying in Hunter to give it a +5 success chance, but also the Thieving will be very, very useful with these higher tiers of Thieving pickpockets. Especially that will really, really improve it, and it will also improve the XP rates. But as you can see, quite surprisingly, they have made it tradable with a trade price at the minute at 78 mil. Obviously, we know from Market Watch and the Grand Exchange and stuff like that, those kind of prices probably won't be correct, but it'll be really interesting to see where it is in terms of that price. This is something else I'm going to go and try and Iron Man for myself. And then once I get it, I'll go and test the margins and see what it's currently like. So that is actually a really solid skilling item, and I'm so surprised they've not included it on the post or anything. It's only really popped up when people have done it for a training method and seen what it's like. And then the other one, which I'm even more surprised they've not mentioned, is going to be the Jiao Tok Zut. Now, what this is going to be is an item that, when added onto Berserker Necklace, is going to make it best in slot strength amulets. Now, for whatever reason, there's 2 versions. So we've got the Am Hedge and the Am Z. Now, both the Jiao Tok Zut is tradable, as well as the 2 amulets. So both amulets are going to give you the same stats, but have different passive effects. So the Am Z has a passive effect which adds flat damage to all attacks equivalent to 135% of a player's attack level. And then the other one, which is going to be the Am Hedge, the same sort of thing, passive effect, but this is going to increase all damage dealt by 5% of the player's strength level. So one's going to be based on attack, one's going to be based on strength, but that is pretty massive. Like normally, once we get like PVM armor related drops, normally they're broadcasted quite well, but I've heard as well that pickpocketing the Tazars is bank. I've seen some screenshots on Reddit as well where people have got 5 onyxes per hour, so it could quite comfortably be 10 mil per hour. And what I'll try and do, I don't really want to be spamming the thieving stuff, but I do think there's going to be some spots where I'm going to spend an hour or two at a certain spot, see what it's like GP per hour, and then report back on that as well. I'll get the vitur first just because I think the buff it's going to provide will be quite handy for that. So those are going to be the drops you can get from pickpocketing in stalls. So what I'll do now is just hop over to the wiki because I think the wiki is the best way to show it. But we can have a bit of a review over the items. So these are the 2 amulets which are going to be made from the Jiao Tok Zut. And we can start straight away from these Tazar traders. So as you can see, Tokul, gems, onyx bolt tips as well, which seem to be relatively common. And then those uncut onyx. With them uncut onyx being 1 mil per hour and a bit more common than what I thought they'd be, it doesn't take long to rack up some GP. So I'm really interested to see what the GP is going to be like and also what the XP will be like for this as well, because I believe it'll be very, very good. Now, what I'm going to do is just hop between some of the high level stuff. So we'll next look at the Gobi. So the Gobi is going to give you coins, techie, and also burial charms as well. So if you're an Iron Man who doesn't really want to do raids, maybe that could be a very, very good way to start building up the techie to go and buy the armors or the abilities as well. We have Menethos Guards, Acadia Wood Spirits, which, yeah, that's okay. Potato Cactus, Extra Fine Sand's an interesting one. Whether that's going to impact the Extra Fine Sand Moneymaker, we'll see. And also the Vital Sparks as well, which is a very good drop. That seems to be pretty solid as well in terms of moneymaking method and some decent clues as well. Only rares for clues isn't too bad. We have the Wizard Towers Mage, which is just going to give the standard generic drop table. We've got some combo runes in time runes, which is nice. I think the Steam and Dust runes will be very nice coming into the game, and also the talismans as well. Blood and Soul Talismans are expensive, and I wonder if the Soul Talisman means you can skip doing the quest because you have access to the altar, or whether you'll need to be able to do the quest to access the altar itself. But that's also a nice one. The Archaeology Professor was one I was really excited about. So the Archaeology Professors, now these work slightly different. So we've got the common loot, which is here. So you've got basically all the materials which can be shared across all the dig sites, as well as binding contracts, which is handy. Wonder what that will do to the price, but we'll see how often they're sort of done. What I'm planning to do is the Archaeology Professors, the Tazars, the Fairies, and also the Viwatch is like different videos scattered over the next week or two, or maybe I'll do it for my Christmas wrap-in, because Thieving can be quite decent AFK. But you'll get the common loot and also Tetracompass pieces, which is nice. And then when you're at a certain dig site, that's when you can focus in on certain items. So really, if you're a member, you'll want to go and focus on probably Everlight, maybe Armadillo, maybe Bandos, depending on which one's up in price, and you can go and get those loots. And this can be really handy because, as we've seen on Market Watch before, archaeology items have a massive habit of spiking. So you can go and focus on the sets which are really up in price and make more money off the back of it as well. So really, really keen on this as well. I think this will be a really good way to do some pickpocketing. And then next up, we've seen the Tazar. The Fairy Trader is a little bit basic. I would say they've picked out the stronger seeds out of a lot. And also you've got Onyx Dust, Moonstone Dust as well. But I do think it's a bit weak in terms of the drop table. Seeds, apart from Starbloom, of course, don't really have the kind of value which they should. But again, we'll go and test them out. We'll see what it's like and we can report on the XP as well. Vilord, I think, is going to be one of the best ones. So you have the Ring of Vitur, which obviously depended on how long it takes in terms of time. That can really like split and add some GP on per hour. Even if it's something that's going to take 10 hours to get, you could quite happily add 7.8 mil per hour. And that's without everything else. Like you've got Wood Spirits, which are very good in price. You've got Congealed Blood, which will rack up. The runes will rack up as well. So this could be a very decent way. Because you're going to be pickpocketing, if you use your Thieving Cape, all this salvage will be notable as well. So really interested to see what that's going to be like for GP per hour. So those are the brand new pickpockets. You do have the lesser levels for some of them, but I've wanted to target the bigger ones because I just imagine the lesser ones will be the same, but just less. And then what we've also got as well, which we can go and find, we have the chests and also the stalls. So the brand new stalls we've got are the Stone Spirits, which, as you can see here, there's Light and Dark Amica, there's Primal Platinum. So it's not just the Wood Spirits, you've also got the mining ones, which is very, very nice. The Market Stall, as you can see, is higher tier seeds, which I think is more very Iron Man friendly. I think in terms of like GP and stuff, it's not really there. If you need an Elder Seed, it's a really good way to get it. But you got Magic, Spirit, Tomb Shroom, Starbloom, all the decent seeds which seem to be really hard to get. Like doing leagues and stuff, that would have been a dream during leagues because it's just everything you're trying to hunt and trying to find as well. The Trinket Stall as well is going to be pretty much like Herblore secondary. So we've got Onyx Dust, Dragon Scale Dust, Clue Scrolls, coins, and then we've also got some incense sticks as well. And they seem to have picked the incense sticks which are the most expensive, which yeah, I think like once you get a decent amount of those, you can rack them up. But I do think whenever you're doing the stalls, you need to hop between the three, else you're just waiting. And you may as well do it because it's going to be there as well. So we also have Darkmire for the brand new stalls as well. So we have the meat stall. Again, a little bit mid. The beef packs and the meat packs are nice because they can stack as well. But the meats will have a decent price. Whether it will affect the price of play around farm stuff, who knows? I don't think it'll be coming in like volume enough. I don't think people will be doing it enough. So the magic stall is one where you can get the ring of vitur as well. So the price for that's a little bit up. So maybe you hop between the stall and doing the NPC. Whichever one you want to do. I do think though, if you're going to go and do the pickpocketing, it might be worth buying the ring of vitur. Because then it's just going to help with having the thieving outfit. And maybe it'll improve your thieving XP per hour. But battle staffs is always very, very good. And the runes as well is a really decent price. This is probably the best stall as well. We also have the potion store, which have included a couple of potions, which I'm very surprised at. We have the Spirit Attraction potion, which is something which is very, very expensive. Very limited on what volume of that comes in. And also the triple plus weapon poison as well. We have all the extreme sets, a summoning potion, and prayer renewal. So a complete different set, and the aggression potion as well. Complete different sets of potions compared to normal, which seems very, very decent. And then finally, what we have is chests. We have a big range of brand new chests, which probably will be one of the later videos I do. There's no real rush here, but there's some very, very good drops here. So we have the Dwarven Mine Chest, which is where you're going to get the double ammo mold. But for this, it's mainly going to be like Runite Ore, Stone Spirit, Lumite, Stone Spirit, Lumite Ore. So a very mid one, but really you're there to go and hunt out the double ammo mold. We have the Keldagrim chest, which is going to be like your mid-tier Stone Spirits, as well as Necronium and Orichalcum bars, which is very interesting to see that there. We have the Living Rock Cavern one, which seems very solid, which has Lights Amica, Stone Spirit, and Ore, as well as Dark Amica, Stone Spirit, and Ore, and also Bainite as well. So very decent tier like ores there. That could be like a sleeper one on how good the GP is as well. Kadan District is going to be your standard herbs and seeds, but a little bit higher tier than normal, which, yeah, that's fair. The Oriona or Zedamai Altar is going to give you some runes. Again, runes in decent volume, but it's just runes. We're going to have a Wizard Guild, which is going to give you Mystic, which might be a nice little earner, as well as orbs as well. So very good for Iron Man, who needs to have some orbs for battle staffs. But yeah, I mean, Mystic, who's going to buy Mystic really? So City of chest, this is an interesting one because this is going to give you greater and powerful ghostly ink, flaming skulls, ectoplasm, buckets of slime, and ashes. So really interested to see how this one is. Because that could rack up pretty well. Like, it depends how quick the chests are going to take to respawn. So the wiki says the chests respawn fast enough that there's no downtime. So maybe we're going to do some of these chests. Again, I've got the escaping free to play account, which might be able to go and do a couple of these little things dotted around, depending on how quick I can get the thieving level up. So the Darkmire chest is going to be coins, congealed blood, and death runes. This doesn't look too bad. I mean, the congealed blood is really going to crash, I think, because it's going to come in such big volumes. But yeah, that seems decent. And finally, Rizal. Rizal's chest seems really, really good. You're going to get Impure Essence and all the Necromancy runes, as well as Ghost Implings as well, which I'm not sure what comes from Ghost Implings. It's just going to be ritual stuff, which, yeah, it's not bad. I think they've done a solid job. They really need to be praised, Jagex, of how well they've done this update. The content involved is massive. I just don't know why they've not mentioned the post about the combat ammies and the Ring of Vitur and the double ammo mold, because those little updates, which they might have seen like not important, they're some of the best things going. Like, they're really, really good updates. And again, they've absolutely smashed this 120 thieving update out of the park. But gonna wrap the video up there. I wanted to get this out today because I wanted to sort of like let you guys know that if you're doing any of this thieving, these items are around and they're definitely going to be worthwhile. I'll be doing a couple of thieving loot videos because it's quite a decent skill actually just to AFK on the side. And also, it's good info to show you guys how much GP and XP per hour they are. Don't forget the Grim Harvest promo is out. Use those oddments before you lose them. So make sure to get those sorted. I imagine they're going to roll through a couple of the currency promos before January 19th. So if you do spot any of these promos, which give you different like oddments, so like the Valentine Heartments as well, use them because I don't think you'll get another chance to do it as well. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you all for the videos, the likes and the comments on yesterday's video. I'm about to go and roll through the comments now and reply to you all. Hope you enjoyed the video, and then we'll come out with a video a little later on, just going through all the different pickpockets and stalls. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys a little bit later on for tonight's video.